Hello everyone, so we are back with today's Leetcode daily challenge, and in today's problem we need to find the minimum amount of time to collect garbage. So at first this is a very long question and it might feel so hard, but it is a very much easy question. The only thing we need to keep in mind while doing this question is do whatever it says, like just follow the instructions. So let us try to understand the question. So we are given a zero indexed array of garbage where the garbage of I will donate the garbage type of that house, right? So we are having an array, and the ith index will be a string which will be only comprising with m, p or g. So m shows as metal garbage, p shows as plastic garbage, and g shows glass garbage, right? And then we have a truck, like we have three truck. So we have three truck and we need to collect all the garbage, and so this is the first thing given. The second thing is given that while moving from one house to another, we are given a travel array which will give the cost, like cost in time from moving from ith house to ith plus one house. The travel of I will so have the details of the cost moving from ith house to ith plus one house, right? So this is here given. Then what it is written here, that we need to move from one house to another in an order. So there should be in order. We cannot jump from any house, like we cannot jump from the first to last then come middle. This cannot be done. We just need to follow order. And the last line is that only one truck can collect garbage and another cannot do something. So this means simply that all the three trucks need to do their task in a serialized manner. So we just have to add the time, add the minutes taking by each of the truck, right? So let us try to understand the question bit clear from the example. So here a garbage array of gp, then gp gg is given, and we need we have a time travel from first index to second index as 2 minutes, then second to third as 4 minutes, and then third to fourth as 3 minutes. So what we need to do, let us first check for the truck G. So we will take three trucks. So when the truck G will be there, so at first, like the G truck will have here index 0, so it need to collect that garbage. So we have a 1 minute, because to pick up one garbage it requires 1 minute. So we just need to have a count of how many numbers of G occurs in that string. So here in the first index we have only one G, right? So 1 minute, then we need to move to second index. Why we need to move to second index? Because we still left with G garbage, I mean the glass garbage, right? So when we move to second index, we should have spent a time of 2 minutes. Then when we move from house 2 to house 3, then we should have move a time of 4 minutes, and then to collect that garbage in house like house index 2, we should have spent 1 minute, and then we need to move back from house index 2 to 3 in 3 minutes, and then we will have to collect 2 more garbage marked as G, right? So the total time is 2 1 3 4 7 8 8 3 8 3 11 8 3 11, and then 2 13. So total the G truck takes 13 minutes. Now we need to do the task for other truck. So the other truck will be the P truck, I mean the paper truck. So at first index we don't have any paper truck, so we just need to move to the next index, and we will have to spend time 2. Then we have to collect that garbage 1 minute. Then we need to go to index 2, and by spending 4 minutes, then we need to collect that garbage. So total 8 minutes. So since it is given that we need to do the work in a serialized manner, like one truck can do a task, then another truck, then another truck, so that's why the whole time it will take as 13 plus 8 minutes. One thing to keep in mind, that here there is no metal garbage, right? So the metal garbage is not there, that's why we are not taking the metal truck. So the metal truck will be at 0th index, it will not take any time, right? So this is an important point. So since the metal truck is not used, what thing we can first keep in mind that we need to go to the index up to which the garbage is present. What I mean to say is that since let us take an example for the P, like plastic here P. Here what we are doing that we first move from 0 to 1th index, then 1th to 2nd index, but we are not moving to the 3rd index. We don't want to waste 3 minutes, right? So we have to keep a track like where the last index, like where the last index of that garbage is occurring, right? So what we need to keep a track of last index where the garbage is there. So we need to keep the last index of the garbage, like for all the 3 garbage: metal, paper and the G for glass, right? Now another thing to keep in mind that what we are doing, we need to store the count, right? We are to pick up garbage, like here G is pick up and 1 minute is waste. So for every string we need to keep a count, like the occurrence of G, P and M, right? So what we need to do, we need to keep a count of occurrence of M slash P slash G for each index. So there's 2 things we need to store, and then we can have a simple for loop, and we have to iterate from first index to last index, and we just need to add up the answer, right? And what we need to do, like how can we store the count? So here I will take a vector of vector, like first vector will point to the index I, and then the another vector will be of 3 size. So let us say in our solution what we are assuming, M belongs to 0th index, P belongs to first index, and then G belongs to 2nd index, right? So what we will do, we have 3 size vector of vector, then here it will be for M, it will be for P, and it will be for G. So we will iterate over the strings, and we will have a count, like we have 3 count variables M, P, G, and we will count the numbers of occurrence of these characters in that string, and we will embed it for all the ith index, and we will store them here. For example, M count, P count and G count, right? So this will be the first storage. The second storage is to keep a track of the last garbage, where the garbage is there. For this also I will take a like vector called last, and it will have only 3 fields. The one will mark to the M, another will be marked to P, another will be marked to G, right? So in this way I will do the calculation, like we will store the last index of the P, and on the pseudocode will be like we have to do the task in a serialized manner, right? So what we will do, we will take a for loop which will iterate from 1 to 3 times, like from 0th index to 2nd index for each of the truck. So here the trucks are M, P and G, and in that we will have like we will just add the answer what we have stored in this part, like the count part, count vector of vector count, and we have to also count, and we have to also answer plus the travel cost. So we just have to answer at the count, and we just have to add the travel cost. But keep in mind that what we have, we need to go from index up to which the last garbage is present. So in the internal for loop we will only go from 0 to last of that index, like which truck we are following. So we will only go from 0 to last of where the last occurrence of that garbage is present. So this will not give a time limit exceeded error, and we will easily solve this solution. So let us try to go back to Leetcode and try to code this solution. Yeah, so as I said, we need to just do whatever the question asks. Just follow the instructions one by one and just simply write the solution. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to take the size of the garbage collector int n will be the size of the array. Yeah, so after taking the size, what we need to do, we need to store the count for occurrence of each garbage, right? So what I said, we will take a vector of int, and now the first I will name as mp for map, and first the size will be n, and the another vector int, it will be of a size of 3, and initially I will store 0, like it takes only 0 occurrence at first, and then I will take a vector of last, as I said, last to store the last index for each of 3 types of garbages. Vector int last, it will be of size 3, and it will first point to 0th index, right? So after that, what we need to do, we need to take 3 counters, one for m, one for p, one for g. Now I will take a for loop and iterate for all the strings in that garbage array. So for int I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, okay. So we will take the string and store it at temp variable. It will give the garbage of I, right? And after that we will set the counters as 0, like we will modify, and then at first we will set them to 0, m 0, p set to 0, and then g set to 0, right? Then what we need to do, we need to iterate for the size of the string for int j equals to 0, j less than size of the string, temp dot size, right? And then j plus plus, what we need to do, we need to check whether that character, like temp of j equals to either m, then we will do something else. If the character like the temp of j is equals to p, then we will do something else. We can write else, or just write else if temp of j equals to g, then we will do something, right? So there are 3 cases. If it is m, then we will increment the m counter, and we will set the last of m is stand for 0, right? What I said, m belongs to the 0th index, so last of 0 will set to the current index. So current index is here I of that array. Similarly, we will do same for the p garbage, p plus plus, and we will say last of p belongs to the first index, set to current index, right? And then similarly we will do for g also, g plus plus, and last of the second index to current index, right? So in this way I keep a count, like I'm storing the last index where that garbage is occurring at last, and I'm also keeping a count of a number of occurrence of that garbage in each string. Now we just need to put that count in our vector, right? So what we need to do, after the for loop ends, we need to just put that for map of 0th belong to m, right? And then map of I, sorry, yeah, map of I, 1 belongs to p, and then last map of I, and second index belongs to g, right? So after doing this, we have a count of all the occurrence of garbage for each index, and also we have a count for last index, right? So we just need to iterate. So we will take a for answer variable as 0, we will just increment the answer. Now we have 3 garbage collectors, so it is given that we need to do the task in a serialized manner. So we will have a for loop which will occur 3 times, int I equals to 0, so 0 will be for m garbage collector, p for the 1th index will be for p, and g second index will be for the g garbage collector. So I less than equals to 3, I plus plus, yeah. Now what we need to do, we are doing it for all the 3 vehicles. So I will take a for loop, it will iterate from jth index to the last occurrence of that garbage, right? So if we are doing for m, so last of 0, j less than last of 0, up to which the m occurs at last, right? So we are saving time, we don't have to iterate till the end we just have to iterate up to which the last m occurs in that string. So less than equals to 0, so it will not be 0, it will I, then I will just increment the j pointer. And now we need to do what we need to do, we need to increment the count. So count is given by mp of j belongs to the first index, and then we are having the ith for ith garbage, right? And what we need to do, we need to also implement the increment the travel cost. So here the travel array is given in such a way that from ith to ith plus 1 the data is given. So we have to just have a check whether our current index is equals to 0 or not. If it is not equals to 0, then we will increment the travel cost. So we will increment travel of j minus 1, like from previous index to current index, how we get the data, right? So at last what we will do, we will return the answer, right? We will return the answer. Hope it is clear. Let us try to run this code. Let us try to run this code, and yeah, there is some error. Let me check. Yeah, here j is not equals to 0, right? Then we will increment the travel cost also. Yeah, give me some time. Travel of j minus 1 p of j answer plus equals to j. Oh sorry, here it will be less than equals to last of I, because we are keeping the index in that class, right? So it should be less than equals to last of I. Yeah, it works fine. So let us submit the code. Yeah, it works fine. So yeah, as I said, this question looks very lengthy at first. Many get demotivated by seeing the question only, but we just need to follow the instructions. This is simply for loop. We just need to store the count, and we just need to increment the answer. There is nothing else, no logic at there. It should be an easy question if you understand and follow the question properly. Thank you for watching. Have your feedbacks.